Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. So today we're going to take the Benjamin out for a little spin, and we're also going to try out our new shooting target. I've already been doing some shooting. This is a test and review at the same time. So the Benjamin Classic 22 comes with a what is this, 3x9 by 40 illuminated red-green dot. Or not green dot, sorry, illuminated red-green. They call it a mil dot scope, but it's not mil dot. There's no mil dots in there. It also has AO, so I'm actually set at 10 yards on it, and I'm 34 feet from my shooting spot right to the target. And this is one of those resetting targets, so you got to shoot the center spoon and hit it to reset. If you give up, well, then you're going to be doing the walk of shame, but we're going to stick it out and we're going to shoot it. So I sighted in the gun with Crossman pointed Premier pellets, so that's what we're going to use for this. And we're also going to check the pellet squish to get an idea of velocity. Another YouTuber I watch, he actually has cronied this exact gun in the Canadian version. Missed. And he's getting like 450, 460 out of it with 14 grain pellets with 11s. You can get up there a little bit higher. So I got to bring that actually up one, I think. So with pellet squish, you can get a pretty good idea of velocity if you know how to read pellets. I was actually taught how to. I'm usually plus or minus within a couple of FPS. Maybe we'll go back up that one. Yeah, seems to be the trick. I also just lubed the gun too with some silicone lube, so it may throw it off a little bit. And I got a wind to deal with. Whoa, did not stay down. Unacceptable. Now you hear a little bit of buzz out of this gun. I think that's because what they do for the detune is probably cut back the spring a little bit. Oh, shame. I haven't taken the gun apart, and I'm not going to because it's under warranty for a year, so I'll take it apart in about a year from now. So dealing with wind, you're going to get a little bit of a side push, and the wind is actually coming a bit sideways on me, so you might miss the odd shot. Alright, let's go check out our pellets. Well, it looks like we got some pretty good pancakes here. Oh, we got one that got kind of disintegrated. So let me see if I can show you this on the camera here. Hopefully you can see that. So I'm gonna say, give or take a few FPS, that's running about 455, 460-ish type of thing. And these are 14.3, I believe they are, Crossman Premiers. So not too shabby. And even the point is getting like reverse compressed in on the impact. And we do have one that got a little shredded here. So that's actually pretty good, actually. This one got so mangled it's just mush. So yeah, I'd say it's a pretty good little gun. Now, I do actually like the scope on this gun. There are some people that will complain about center scopes, but I think it's more of the lower end model version. But this one with the adjustable optical is a pretty darn good scope. It was a bit of a nightmare to sight in initially, I will say that. It kind of drove me a little bonkers. I kept shooting the back wall of my shed because actually the stand that my target trap is sitting on, I had a 2x6 in there and a couple of nails holding on paper targets because I don't have a paper target metal trap, so I think I'm gonna get one of these days. But anyways, it worked. It did the trick, and I was able to sight the guns in at about roughly 30 feet is where I was at. So a little bit of adjustment here and there for an extra couple of feet, but otherwise she's pretty much dead on. But like I said, when you're fighting a wind, you're gonna have the odd shot that may miss, so you got to kind of time it. And of course you need a rest of some sort, because this is 8.5. No, this one here was 6.6 or 6.5 pounds. So with scope it's about 7.6 pounds. My nitro actually weighs 8.5. We're gonna bring that one out on the next video. But for 22 cal and being non-PAL, that's respectable. And it is a good actual hunting gun for small game like your rabbits, your chipmunks, squirrels, pest control, aka skunks that must go. This gun is actually really good for that, apparently. I actually talked to the guy who's got the same exact gun. He's been able to take out squirrels with it. He's done hunting with birds, taken down crows, rabbits. So I mean, if you're looking for a non-PAL class hunting gun that can take out small game, this one can certainly do it. And judging by those pellet squishers, I would say, no problem. And we're getting a really good impact even at 10 meters. Plus, actually, it's plus a couple of feet. I'm about 34, 35 feet. And I'm shooting at steel targets that are actually pretty heavy. This trap is probably designed more for a little bit higher end type of pellet gun. Something more into the PAL range, like 700, 800 feet per second type of thing. But it does a really good job, and the magnet is strong, so whopping down that center spoon can be, a little hard if you're a weak shooting gun. But this one, you can hit it and she'll do it, If you're hitting a little too high on the animal, well, of course, we got that one animal that just didn't want to go down the count the first time, so we nailed him the second time, so that's pretty good. Yeah, definitely a great gun. I got this on sale at Canadian Tire. I saved about roughly 50 bucks. Off the retail price, so I was happy with that. And it does have a 2-stage trigger, which is actually kind of nice. I wish the trigger was maybe just a little tiny bit longer, but otherwise it's pretty good, because I tend to like to pull the trigger down at a much lower point, and that actually starts to pinch my finger in. My nitro has a little bit longer trigger, but so if I learn to hold this one up just a little bit higher, I think I'll be okay. And I haven't even touched the adjustable trigger setting. I like it just the way it is. It's really good. It does have a safety as well that can click forward, so manual safety, forward and back. So if it's forward, you're no safe. If you're back, it's safe. Definitely nice wood stock on this thing. It's really nice finish on it. It's kind of like, I don't even think there's even any varathane. I think they just did like a really nice buff on it with this whatever stain they used. Nice checkering on it as well. Just a great gun. It's 44 inches of mayhem. So this is an adult gun. It is not really a kid gun. The scope rail does have a scope stop pin in it, and the hole is in the receiver of the rifle, so that you can put that pin in there, so you're not going to get scope creep. So once you set the scope up everything should stay really well unless you blow up your scope. So, you know, and I don't think we're going to have that problem with this scope. It's seems to be really good. Now, even though the clickers don't lock, you know, it does have little guides here that tells you, you know, you're on 0, you're on 2. You know, I'm actually at 3.7 or 3.7, however you do the scaling on that sort of thing. That's for my left and right. My height is at actually pretty much bang on at 4. I'm one mark past the 4. So going backwards, we're at 4.14, 4.15, 4.16, 4.17 for our elevation. So not too shabby. It's still lots of room left over. You know, so if you want to shoot at a much longer range, you can. It's just nice. At this range, the focuser barely has to even move. Just maybe a little titch, and that's about it. I don't have the flip cap covers on this. I find they're a little bit annoying. They're great for storage, protect the lenses, keep the dust out, but for shooting, I want them out of my face. So, you know, that is a really nice gun. I think it's worth the money too. So if you're looking for a Craftsman made product, Craftsman makes the Benjamins, and really a very nice rifle, guys. So I definitely would recommend this thing. If you want your star rating out of this thing, I would probably put this thing, I don't know, I'd go an easy 4.5 out of 5. You know, I'd like to give it a little bit more, but you know, I want to be fair with this. Now, this fake suppressor / barrel weight is nothing more than a plastic external cocking handle. It is plastic, so it's, you know, it's not so bad. You know, it's not metal or anything, but it is nice, and it does keep the weight off a little bit, being that it's plastic. But you can certainly remove it, put a metal one on if you wanted some extra nose weight on it. I don't see why you would. This is a Springer model too. It's not nitro. I've seen guys that have converted this to nitro. I actually got to watch more videos on it because I want to learn more about the nitro pistons, because I do have a nitro gun. But as a Springer, it is actually a very, very nice gun. The scope, for, you know, being a center point that some people actually crab about, this particular center point scope is actually really good. And even as far as my zoom goes, I've only got the zoom set at, well, not quite on 5, you know. So I still got a long ways to go on zoom, so I can, you know, really cheat and get up close if I want. And the zoom is nice if you're shooting at a really long range at something. You can zoom it right in, and away you go, and just refocus your eyepiece, set your yardage, of course, for, you know, your yards. You'll know, because it'll be right out of focus until you do. Then just adjust for windage and elevation based on, you know, wind or no wind. So anyways, it's a win-win in my book. So let me know what you guys think. I think it's great. I love the new target trap too. I will talk about that in another video, because it's something, you know, it's a new thing, so we'll do a review on that later. But as far as the gun goes, definitely for me a big thumbs up for sure. I'm going to really enjoy this gun. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. See you later.